Hello, hello. This is the My Artifact episode number 3555. Today's date is August 25, 2025. It's been almost like a night at 9:56 p.m. All right, let's just jump directly to the question. All right, yeah. Question is, making money in large amount means what is means? What exactly is this question? Making money in large amount, it means that you are earning so much amount of money, in very short duration. That is called earning lot of money, in like earning large amount of money. Okay, yeah, like basically large amount of money. Okay, yeah. So what exactly is this thing, is there any kind of like a simply way that person can earn so much amount of money in so less amount of time? Are those profession are exist? Yes, those profession are exist. Okay, yeah. What are those profession? What exactly is this thing? um okay, let me tell you one thing, that let's just imagine that you are running a startup. Okay, yeah. You are like you build the app, you build the everything वगैरह, and basically is this thing that you launch the app. Okay, you launch your services through the internet, or yeah, but somehow you don't really get that much traffic that you were expected to be. Okay, yeah. Somehow maybe something, I don't know, yeah. So you are trying to figure it out what is actually problem. Okay, yeah. Is my services actually solving other people's problem or not? Okay, yeah. So but I didn't really seen that my service is actually solving the problem. So I went to feedback, and kind of like a something, people are actually putting the feedback regarding about what is actually wrong thing happen in your services. So I figure it out that what is actually wrong things. I fix that thing. And I relaunch. And when I relaunch this my services or product, it went blown out. Okay, yeah. Like basically this thing, people are actually accepting your services, they are trying to utilizing your services, and because of this thing you are earning so much amount of money. So in this particular situation, you are earning so much amount of money in so less amount of time. Okay, yeah. Now this is actually kind of like a something, the meaning of this statement is kind of like something very different too. Okay, yeah. Let's just kind of like somebody talk about something really nice way or something really legal way. Okay, yeah. That how do you supposed to earn so much amount of money in so less amount of time? How does it actually happen? Is it actually happen legally? Yeah, you are running a startup and your services actually blown out. Yeah, let's just imagine that another example, that you are kind of like a somebody working in a company as a kind of like a somebody manager. Okay, for almost like a 15 year. Okay, yeah. And now you switched your job from your company to something very big company, let's just say um, TCS. Okay, yeah, Tata Consultancy Services, TCS. And you went there and you are kind of like a somebody, like a chief manager. Okay, you are handling post as a chief manager, and suddenly your salary became like 50 lakh rupees per year. 50 lakh rupees, that means like a 2.5 lakh or maybe 3 lakh rupees per year, per month. Okay, so that means you are earning so much amount of money in so less amount of time. Okay, yeah. So what exactly is this thing? When you are earning so much amount of money, that means you will have kind of like a so much responsibility too. Okay, yeah, it's a kind of like a somebody relation. Okay, yeah. When you have big responsibility, you have kind of like a somebody big money, big paycheck that you get to. Okay, yeah. So this is what it is. But this statement is not exactly right. Okay, yeah. If I'm gonna say that everyone has a responsibility, but what I'm trying to tell you, responsibility means like that how many people that you responsible for. If you are kind of like a somebody main person of the family, so maybe your kids are responsible or maybe your wife is responsible. But when you are in the profession, your responsibility of millions of people, then your responsibilities actually became more bigger, and when your responsibility get more bigger, then probably you will get lot of money too. Okay, yeah, because in that particular situation you are not an employee like you won't be able to replace, like your credibility and your skills are kind of like simply determine that key you can hold that responsibility or not. Okay, and this is what it is. When you are kind of like a something have that much responsibility, you are earning so much amount of money too. Okay, yeah. So mostly chairman or CFOs or any kind of like a somebody executive or kind of like a somebody chairman C person, okay, chief person, who is kind of like a somebody earning so much amount of money, because the contribution of success they are actually involved so much. Okay, because when there is a company gets success, their contribution is actually much more, so that's why they are earning that much amount of money. Okay, as a chairman, as a CFO, CEO, these are kind of like a person who are responsible for the growth, responsible for the, yeah, get it. Now there is also another thing, by luck. What do you mean by luck? Like basically you scratch the kind of like a somebody luck card or things like that, and you get lucky and you win the lottery ticket. Okay, yeah. So you win the lottery ticket, okay, and suddenly you earn so much amount of money. Okay, yeah, in very short amount of time. So so basically it's this thing that key, when this thing happened, like is it kind of like somebody considered to be a kind of like a credible, like am I be a kind of like a somebody person who should supposed to be kind of like a somebody that key, I don't know. Yeah, like a being like a basically if you are earning so much amount of money in so less amount of time, it means that ki you are kind of like a somebody such a person who is kind of like a somebody your skills, your value is much more. But when you are kind of like earning so much amount of money by luck, then probably I don't know how do I supposed to explain, because in this particular situation might be your luck is really good, so that's why. But yeah, this is the kind of like a assembly way that you can earn so much amount of money in so less amount of time. Okay, yeah. Now I told you regarding about legal way, and I told you about luck too. Now let's talk about the illegal way. Okay, yeah. What's the illegal way? Illegal way means like that ki you are doing something really wrong. Okay, yeah. And by the way, let me tell you one thing. Whatever you do illegally, okay, yeah, you can earn so much amount of money in so less amount of time. Yeah, like they are not whole, like they are not kind of like a somebody that key. No, like you are to like if you kind of like a somebody went into that particular illegal way and things and that, you are earn so much amount of money. Okay, yeah, what are those? Well, I'm not really sure at this time, but like I seen the kind of like a television and kind of like a somebody that crime bureau and things like that. Then I figure it out that he like a basically is this thing that he, if you kidnap someone and ask their parents to bring this much amount of money, right? This is the way. Or you could do kind of like only corruption or things and that. This is also another way too. So there are so many ways. Okay, like being illegal means like that it is a lot of thing. Okay. Now I'm gonna ask question to myself that key earning too much amount of money in too less amount of time, is it good, is it right, is it kind of like a something, is it right? Well, yeah, it's right, it's not really wrong, by the way. It kind of like a depend on the how, what is that the way that you are earning that much amount of money. That way is matter, that method is matter. Okay, yeah. Like if you are kind of like earning so much amount of money is because of you are chairman, you are CFO, or you are kind of like a somebody belong to the first category who has a kind of like a giving some sort of value to the community, and community is actually giving you that much amount of money. So in that particular situation, yeah, you can earn this much amount of money and you are kind of like a credible and also liable, and you are kind of like a deserve and worthy for that money. Okay, yeah. But besides that, like a luck and illegal way, these are kind of like a something not good, because in that end that money will have you is kind of like a have you for very less amount of time. Okay, yeah, because let me tell you one thing na, ki money is a not a kind of like a piece of paper. No, just try to understand the money that you are earning right now is the amount of money that you are earning right now is because of the amount of value that you are giving to the community. Okay, yeah. So that means like let's just say that ki if you are earning 50,000 rupees, like a 15,000 rupees, 15,000 rupees. Okay, yeah, per month. So basically, if you are earning 15,000 rupees per month, so that means you are giving value maybe 10 out of 1 or maybe 10 out of 10 out of 1 or 10 out of 2, max to max. Oh yeah, but if you are earning 5 lakh rupees per month, then that means you are giving your value 10 out of 9 or maybe 10 out of 10, right? So this is what it is. But what is actually the value? How, like what exactly is this thing? A value means like that ki your skills, your craft, your kind of like simply the way that you do, no one could do that thing, or maybe very less people could do that thing. So that is kind of like a simply value. Okay. Example is this thing that ki there is a kind of like a simply person who makes a kind of like a something clothes. Okay, jacket. Okay, let's just say jacket. Okay, yeah. So yeah, like okay, let's just say jacket. Okay, yeah. So there is a two person. Okay, try to understand the same example. Okay, so there is a two person. Person A is kind of like a somebody making kind of like a something a clothes that people should supposed to be wear normally, like a basically like a t-shirt and things like that, which is very common. Okay, yeah. Person B is kind of like a somebody making jackets, very luxury jackets. It has really good the texture and design, like really amazing. Okay, yeah. So basically, can you guess which person is actually earning so much amount of money? Obviously, B person is actually earning so much amount of money. He only selling only jacket, but he is kind of like a somebody implement his value, like a design, the material, the way that it looks, the way that it feels, the way that it amazes the people. Okay, yeah. He actually implement his value, his craft, his whatever the talent he has regarding about making the jacket. He include all those value into that jacket. So that's why B person is actually earning more amount of money, because more and more people are have value regarding about jackets. Okay, like basically I don't really see in people who are always been kind of like a talk about that ki bhai teri t-shirt kya mast hai. Like it's a common t-shirt, nothing really at all, no one actually care at all. But when there is a person who actually wearing jacket, it kind of like somebody feels very different. Okay, yeah, that particular person who wears jacket comes from kind of like an elite society. So basically that eliteness, that value is actually come from that jacket. And the people, the person who make that jacket is kind of like somebody wants to other people feels that ki you are kind of like elite person, things like you understand what I'm trying to tell you is this thing, that jacket is kind of like somebody providing the value, right? So this is what it is, this is what kind of like some game is actually happened. Okay, yeah. So when you are kind of like a something providing the value, you are earning so much amount of money. Okay, yeah. But dude, like the person who is actually making the t-shirt, he is also kind of like a putting the value na, he is also making the kind of like a t-shirt and things like that, right? Yeah, but problem is that na, the t-shirt and everything is kind of like a simply everyday clothes. People don't really admire that thing. Like they are literally comfortable, yeah, but it's not kind of like a things that they would kind of like a brag about. Jacket is a kind of like a things that they brag about. So that's why we are have kind of like a very luxury brand like iPhone, Prada, Gucci, Louis Vuitton. Then these are the fashion, but there are other things too, like basically F1. Okay, yeah, Formula race. These are kind of like a some kind of like a some event which is kind of like a for the elite people. So this is what it is. This is what kind of like a something thought process and things and that. Okay, so the how much you providing the value to the community, in returns you gain that much amount of money. Okay, yeah. If you are kind of like a providing little less amount of value, you are earning little less amount of money. You are kind of like a providing so much amount of value, that means 10 out of 10, then you are earning so much amount of money too. So this is what it is. Okay, yeah. So this is a kind of like a relation between the money and value. You have to understand that. Okay, yeah. But if you are kind of like a person who doesn't really have value, but he wanted to earn so much amount of money, can it be possible? No, it's not possible. You can earn money, definitely. You can earn money, so much amount of money, maybe, but that money will not gonna hold for longer period of time. Or like there is also illegal way too, and that is also not really good, because in the end there is something really happen, and you know what happened, the people who kind of like choose something really wrong way, and yeah, this is what reality is it. Okay, yeah. So regarding about uh don't really think about earning so much amount of money in so less amount of time, because the example that I told you, those people who are actually put lot of effort to kind of like a simply making the app, or the person who kind of like have 15 year of managing, the person that became the chief manager, they had, that particular person has a 15 year of experience. CFO, CEO, they are kind of like a simply work for a decade, then after that they got kind of like a something that much amount of money. So basically what I'm trying to tell you, don't really chase for so much big amount of money in so less amount of time. Okay, that is really not that good, really not that good. Okay, yeah, this is only applicable for such a people who are kind of like a decade of experience. They are kind of like creating such a value where society really need it, then those people actually deserve that thing. Okay, uncommon people who kind of like do the job, they are not deserve that thing. Okay, yeah, but still they can deserve when you are kind of like actually giving their value to the people, to the community, to things. Community means like that ki, like I'm not saying that ki community means like that you are do community work, means like that ki, like whatever you are kind of like doing a job, be better at. Okay, make sure you are become asset for your company. Okay, yeah, if you are kind of like a working on some sort of company or things like that, if you are kind of like a working in government sector, I don't know, whatever it is, but there is always way to kind of like a simply improve your skills and talent, and kind of like a simply utilize that skills and talent to do something better. There are so many ways. All right, so this is what kind of like is only making money in large amount it means. All right, I should supposed to end here. This is it, and thank you.